Blastaway, we do sandblasting and painting. We service the oil and gas industry, and so that allows us to have a pretty good, very valuable insight into the oil and gas industry. We do a lot of estimates for construction in the oil and gas industry, and we also maintain a lot of equipment for large companies with large fleets and big vessels and etc. So we have a really good feel on the pulse of the industry, and we notice a huge uptick in estimates that we're sending out, and people calling us, and the activity level is vastly improved. And so when I look at these trends, it really supports that as well. The main trend is oil rig activity. And here's the chart: oil rig activity in Canada. Now, thank you to Baker Hughes, the source, but if you look at this year compared to last year, there is a substantial uptrend. That's fantastic. 111 new rigs have just recently been active, turned on, away they go. And if you look at that in the grand scheme of things, Alberta makes up for 70% of all active rigs currently. I think that's a big deal if you're an Albertan. And the other pro, maybe con, it depends on your opinion, your view, but the Canadian dollar has gone up to 76 cents, still favorable in the exchange rate for exports into the US, still favorable, but it has uptrended. It has uptrended and has continued to do that all year. So that can be a factor to play into. So pay attention to that. And lastly, guys, the thing I want to hit on is the US oil supply is projected to go up. So why is that a big deal? Again, this is macro affecting micro. Something going on in the US that affects a little town like Grande Prairie, Alberta, and it's something to you want to take note of these trends that are going on. So if you look at the US Energy Information Administration has projected a very aggressive supply increase, which could also affect the global supply currently, and that's a big reason for why the oil price went down. So look, my point is this, guys. Here at Blastaway, we're aware that the oil price can go up, and that's great. That's the easy thing to plan for. The harder thing to plan for is how do you be successful if the oil price actually goes just back down. US production is going up, supply is predicted to go up, and it's a juggling act with numerous other factors. But one thing's for sure, no one has a crystal ball, and I'd rather be prepared than just predict. I mean, I could predict and be right, but I could predict and be wrong. Worst case scenario, I think planning for an increase in oil price is the easy part. Planning for a decrease is the difficult part. So that's what we've done in our projection for 2017. We're still projecting growth. We grew in 16 and 15, very fortunate to do so, but it's because of our awareness of, hey, it's very realistic that we could hit $20 a barrel oil. I'm not predicting that by any means, but I want to be ready for that in case it does happen. So anyway, guys, that's my rant. Chris Dorn, CFO of Blastaway Enterprises.